What was the first creative project you remember working on anytime in your life?
Anytime in my life?
Like the earliest in your life, what was the first creative project you remember working on?
Damn. There's so many.
Choose one.
But none of them are groundbreaking.
Doesn't matter. They don't have to be groundbreaking. We're getting to the story.
Okay, we're getting to the story. Okay. Obviously, you're a kid, so like you create random shit all the time.
Yeah. So what was the? Okay, but what's the thing? Like when I asked that question, what was the first thing that popped into your mind?
This is so lame, but it was like in elementary school, we had like class projects.
Yeah.
And it was we called it the Drink Blaster 3000. It was one of those contraptions where like domino effect.
Yeah.
I click this and then that falls over there all the way. And then basically a soda can rolls to you. But it was super extensive. And then we like created a commercial for it and everything. It was hilarious.
That's wild. The people that you worked
It was me and like two friends. And that was the first time I was on camera. But it wasn't official. We were like fucking 10 years old.
Do you still have that footage?
Oh, man. I could ask for it. I don't know.
I'll buy that from you. An investment.
That's IP.
Yeah.
But I was like nervous and shit. It's just like three friends making a dumbass video. Cool. And I was like, let's take two.
Yeah. Take three, take four.
But like into the design shit, that's way different.
Yeah. Well, did you find that you were very creative growing up?
Creative with like ideas, but not implementing ideas, which I feel like most people, I always thought like everyone's creative. Like, give me like, I have a class reunion or something. I need like fun games. And like, I feel like everyone can like just think of some cool shit.
Yeah.
But then implementing them is different. So like, I always thought I was creative, but like, I'm like, doing art and stuff, like I never cared for it my entire life.
That's wild.
And then it just happened.
One day I woke up. Did you find that was there someone in your life that believed in you before you believed in yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's with almost everyone, where it's like either like it's your parents growing up or like when you start doing something. Yeah. Like, we'll get into this, but like when I started doing design, and it's like people see your success before you do. Like even this, I'm like, dude, like I said the other day, like you could, this is like Spotify, sell it, going crazy on YouTube, and you're like, well, what studio are we in today? Yeah, like we're worried about because you're the one behind the scenes doing all the shit, and you like lose sight of like the bigger picture, but most people see it before you do. Yeah. So I'd say like parents early on, then maybe friends, but also friends will like, they're supposed to do that. Like, bro, your shit is lit, And then like when you get it from random outside people, then that's when you're like, it's like further convincing that you're doing the right thing. And then it clicks with you. That's how it works for me. Like,
well, then who is that outside person?
With the design stuff?
Yeah, that was like, you've really got something here. You should keep pursuing this. That weren't your friends. That weren't your family.
It wasn't words like that. It was tips of the cap, if you will. So like,
give me an example.
It was like 2018. Okay. And I just started making bags from scratch.
And you started in 2017?
Pretty much. But it was slow. Like I was just making like a couple things here and there. Sure. Then I decided wanted to make something from scratch. Yeah. So that's like if we're doing this podcast right now, we're like, you have a bunch of people working on it, but then you're like, I just want to do the whole thing from the ground up. It might be like not great quality, but like I'd set everything up. So I'm geeked about it. Yeah. Which is what you're doing. But then. So I started making these bags, and then it was like I said, the tip of the cap. So it was like 2018, I got an email from Nick Cannon. I had like 800 followers. Like I was like an accountant and everything. And then it was like, we need 12 bags for Wildin' Out. And I was like, let's fucking go. No money, no nothing. I was like, so I made them the shit and everything. And I didn't get no pictures, nothing, but it's like whatever. Because it was like it was a mental click that you onto some shit. And then like when I came to LA just to visit, because I was like, okay. Because a couple months after that, I was really locked in. I'm being like, dude, this could be something. And then when I came to LA, I'm meeting like other designers and they're like, dude, your shit's nice. You know, it's like, damn. I mean, I thought so.
Yeah.
You think so? That's crazy. I look up to your shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like those little moments that really be like, let's go. You know? That further click in your head that you can make it. Rather than making like a bunch of sales and money. Like that helps your mental as well. But I think it's just more people recognizing and acknowledging that you're like doing the right thing, even without buying anything.
For sure. But it was probably like, do you find that it was beneficial that from the jump, there weren't those people from the outside? It's like you had to work on it yourself. You had to get that foundation. And you said you did all those pieces yourself. So you had the foundation before someone kind of championed you or nodded the cap.
I think that's vital, yes. I think, you know, they say like you can blow up too fast.
Yeah.
Because it's like we can make something today and it's like we make a car, let's say. It's pretty expensive. But you make a car and we're like, dude, that's nice. And then well, it's like, what else you got? And you're like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like that foundation of building up everything and you going through those struggles every day, every week of like, why the fuck aren't I global?
Yeah.
You know, you think it. Yeah. Everyone around you thinks it.
Yeah.
And then, but it's just not clicking. And then when those moments come, you already have that groundwork that's like, you like what I just did? I got a whole gang of it.
Yeah.
And it's just the start, you know? So it's like, then you keep that mentality with getting the acknowledgement. And so you just switch boats and now you have like all these people acknowledging you. And you realize at this point, not one moment's really going to jump you off anyways.
Gotcha.
And so it's like all these little moments accumulating.
Yeah.
And then that's just it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
it just compounds.
To me, is like, there's never going to be a moment of like, you're fucking on. Like, it'll just be like.
Oh, yesterday.
But still, like, I didn't get, there's no extra money in my pockets.
For sure.
It's like,
for sure.
There's these just moments, you do that, you're done with it. Or you're not done with it. You're building these relationships and you're getting money from it. You're getting good acknowledgement from leaders of the world. And you're like, cool, what next? There's always a what next in anything. And I think that's great because it's like, don't be content in what you're doing and like just chill because then someone's going to go past you. So like I said, with like building that foundation, it's you're always building like a new foundation. You know?
Interesting. You mean like you're always building a new foundation as you keep
growing,
doing bigger things, bigger and better things.
So if I want to work with big brands, it's like, cool, I'm working with Pepsi, Target, Adidas, Reebok, Nike. And then it's like, what next? Like, or I could always do that, but then there's not, I'm building the foundation for just that.
There's no climb.
You build the foundation to build up. Yeah. You know? So now it's like, okay, I did that. Let me do my own thing. Yeah. So when I do get these collabs, I have more to offer and we're going up.
100%.
Yeah. Instead of just saying like building a wide ass foundation. Yeah. Now it's time to build vertically.
But it's wild to
vertical integration.
Don't start bringing in accounting terms. Like we could go off. I was telling a friend of mine who's actually here in the studio with us that when I switched also from accounting to more of like a creative field, I would use terms like, that's like a depreciating mindset. Like, what does that mean? Yeah, we'll amortize that over. And what are you talking about?
I still do that. And really? I'm like, damn, well, now I'm like 4 years removed from the accounting world and the art world is way different.
Yeah. In a good or bad way?
Both. I'd say in a great way because it's like free mind. Yeah. And like no one gives a fuck. Yeah. No one's like serious. And like that's what I like about the art world. Like I can show up anywhere at any time, wearing anything, any sort of attitude because they're there for the art. On the business tip, you gotta be, but but then there's like lack of professionalism in the art world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's that like knowing that, so we've known each other for maybe like 6-7-ish months. And even during that time, and like some projects that you've taken on are fucking crazy. But you come from an accounting background, and then it was all just like your pure love and passion and the opportunity given to then become this designer. When you meet someone like a Kid Super, you're in Kid Super bands, but when you meet someone like Kid Super,
shout out to Kid Super.
Shout out to Kid Super. Do you find that there's a level of respect, or do you find that they look down on it because you didn't go through traditional systems with traditional education to get to where you are?
I think it's me internally thinking that. I think that a lot. But when you talk to these people and you get like level with them, most people, even if they did the traditional route, to get like your shit on, it's like very rare that the traditional route, and you stick by the traditional route, that it works out. So maybe you go traditional route, but you have to break out and go this way to get like some other shit popping.
Yeah.
Because the world now is like, we always need something new and everything. So I always would think that, and like, but that was my mentality and kind of keeping me lower and being like, man, they just hating on me. I never would like act on that or like think like that. But like, what if I'm at the crib and I'm like, damn, like I'm not getting no love that, you know? But it's like, they don't owe me anything. So I just have to go dumbass hard in my own lane, in my foundation, keep growing that up. Yeah. And then it's like, because like I said, like no one really cares. Like, cool. I don't care what you came from. I just want to know what you're doing right now, what you've been working on to see how we can Venn diagram. So
thank you for not saying synergies.
So I don't think people necessarily look down. It's but there is like a what can you do for me type of attitude. Not with like these type of guys because I'm cool with them now. But like, I mean, that's kind of especially in the art world where it's like, dude, you're dope, but like, I don't see where we can align. So it's like, that's about it. And you'll be like, damn, well, I got a lot to offer you, you know? But like, that guy got a lot of shit going on. He got a bunch of other projects he's doing. Yeah. You just entered into his life. Yeah. So it's like, you shouldn't hold no like vendetta or be like upset with anyone. Those times will come. So I would always be like, damn, man, I really want to work with this guy. He's just not fucking with me. I meet him and I'm talking to him. He likes my stuff. Why not? And it's like, maybe you're just not ready for it. Yeah. Maybe your foundation isn't as big enough as he needs it to be to rock with you. So that was something I just learned over time where it's like, I got a lot to offer. You should fuck with me right now. Yeah. And it's like, maybe you're right, but you have to prove it over and over again. And that's not even your words. It's just your work or like acknowledgement from other people that's in their circles. Yeah. And then that moment happens. It will always happen if you keep going hard. Yeah. And then those people come back around and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
It reminds me of like some of my favorite artists, their whole mentality when they rose was the idea that they always needed catalog so that when a fan came across something they liked, it was, oh, now there's a rabbit hole. Like now you can go. Yeah. So
that's what it is. What we were talking about earlier. Like you need the foundation. Like we make one hit song.
For sure.
Like your window of opportunity is way smaller than if we like made like 4 EPs and like
1,000,
a couple shits before we got YouTube popping. Yeah. One shit goes, now you got the rabbit hole to go down. Like, oh, this guy crazy. You know? So, yeah.
Well, okay, tell me this then. What does that do? Because you're in let's call it this like art design world, but then you're also in the social media content creation world.
That's how we met.
And that is how we met. Glad and very grateful for it, even though you still haven't completed my project.
But I did complete the VidCon project.
That is true. That was sick. But there's 2 signals, right? There's the people that you respect and that are respected in the art world, like a Kid Super, a Virgil, for example, who will nod at you and say, yeah, like this is stuff, keep going, or I like it. And then you have the super official stuff where you're getting millions of views on TikTok.
Yeah.
How do you view that type of nod? Do you see that as positive? Does that screw with your head when you see that go crazy, yet maybe you're not getting the validation from that important person that you're really looking for?
Yeah, that's what it is a lot.
Really?
So, but I consider that foundational work as well.
Cool.
Where it's like, okay, that was me like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It's like, shit, these guys not rocking with me. Some of these brands that I'm reaching out to and I'm in connection with. Mm-hmm. So like, I just got to do my own thing and they'll come back around. Yeah. So like those views and stuff, it literally means, okay, I shouldn't say nothing because like it means something. Because that brand sees you got a couple million views for making this thing. Now they want it because they want that social media outreach.
For sure.
But like the immediate response from that, so yeah, sure, some people want to buy your stuff, but it's like, I don't know. It's like you're going through this, you're making all this stuff for the gram, for TikTok, if you will. And you're just like, fuck, like, but like, when's some real shit gonna happen? So like, I was just doing that. And then that clicked with brands like TikTok being such a beast on its own. Now these brands are coming to TikTok like, we need to get our TikTok presence. Okay, oh fuck. This guy jumping. Let me reach out to him. And so like now I get a bunch of deals just to do TikTok videos for brands.
Yeah.
So like I can leverage what I've been doing with them. Mm-hmm. And it's the same with my repertoire, what I can offer a brand.
For sure.
So like brands will be like, this guy jumping on TikTok. Boom, we have our social media guy. And I'm like, damn, I'm more than that. So like right now I'm like, you know, I'm doing these bag collections. I'm doing another true full garment collection. And so like, as I keep doing TikToks and brands are like, okay, instead of just doing a TikTok, let's do like a 10 unit thing.
For sure.
And then as I keep growing my shit, now it's even bigger collabs. But it stems from they saw me on TikTok or something. So they kind of go like hand in hand.
Yeah.
And those relationships strengthen because you're doing your own thing. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
like our relationship strengthened because you're doing your own thing.
For sure. For sure.
Not that it even mattered, but it's like,
no, but
oh, okay, you know. So
he's not just he's not just putting a big name in a subject line trying to get trying to get a deal. But man, what I think is what's so cool about you, and I think so differentiated versus, let's say, like the traditional designer or artist, is you have a personality on social. Like my dad, I've told you this before, but my dad loves to be like, I'll say, Dad, I was talking to him yesterday. I'm like, Dad, I'm recording with Cho today. And he's like, who? And I'm like, 1-8 Top Stitch. And he's like, oh, amazing. I love that. Or like the Let's Go guy.
Let's go. Like, that's become my catchphrase.
That's what he knows you for, right? So he doesn't care so much. He doesn't understand your design and your taste. But dude, at the Friday night dinner table, like him and his girlfriend, they love watching your stuff because of the voiceover, because of the personality. And then that gives them like the acceptance of, oh, this is entertaining. And wow, look at this piece that was created, even if I wouldn't rock with it, versus a photo of you.
It doesn't provide like just that scroll.
Who is this?
So that's why, you know, I have the recipe for that.
Yeah,
like
100% you do.
You can fall in love with the design process. You can fall in love with me explaining how to do it. Yeah. You can fall in love with the fucking hype.
Yeah.
So every video, I'm like, okay, I'm chopping up. I was doing it on the way here.
Yeah.
I was chopping up. This is the recipe right here. Right. I'll do like, let's say I'm making these pants. I'm going to show you the entire process of how I'm doing it. I'm going to make like 80 little videos of it, 3 seconds each, make them all like 0.5 seconds. Yeah. And then I'm going to add this crazy voiceover, me hyping it up. All right, motherfuckers, we going crazy. I got the pants. We're going boom, 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 boom. I'm going to stitch this here, elastic here, boom. I cuff it 1 inch, just like that. Boom, and we out of here, fire. Now I got to put the elastic in the waistband. Ooh, and I lift a little channel for the little drawstring action. You know, we got the little aglets on there and everything. We're going crazy with it. You know, I had to go to my embroidery, but it's fast.
Yeah, man, it's
fast because, you know, in the TikTok world, in today's world, you're just scroll. If you don't catch me right away, I'm out of here. So it's like, especially with the design world, people are intricate, so they want to explain everything like slowly.
And it's like you go against the system because your art is its own system.
Yeah, exactly. So mine, I'm like, I'm hype. I just learned how to do this shit. I want to explain it. So why I do
you just learned how to speak English?
why I do like informative as well is because like there's not many outlets that show you how to do shit, especially in the sewing world. You can go on YouTube and find the video. It's gonna be like a 25-minute video.
Hey everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks. And there's like soft spoken, slow, and I'm like, okay, playback speed 2 at least. God damn. And so like I'm hype with it and I'm explaining as well. So it's like you get like all these little elements in the video of like information. The visual of making everything, of like how to do it. And then you get like the intensity because I'm making something. I'm really excited for you to see it. You know? So you get all those little things.
Yeah, man. Is there a focus on making an impact on the world through education?
Yeah, definitely. That's not in my lead focus, but that's how I started doing TikTok anyways, was because like I said, you're especially in art, people don't share the how-to that often because like this must, they have that fucking superiority thing, like, dude, this is my shit. Like, you don't have to take years and years and years to learn and get where I'm at. So you have to go through that on your own. And I'm like, yeah, or you could just tell them and like you could still do your own thing. They still look up to you, and
there's so much respect for it.
Yeah, and they might even look up to you more that you told them. Yeah, because more often than not, you tell someone how to do it, they're not going to do it anyways. So I'm like, I want to explain how the fuck I do what I do and how the fuck I do what I do. Like, I'll explain to the world, this is exactly how I made these pants. And I'll also explain to the world, this is exactly how I went from accounting to design. Yeah. I'll tell you every fucking thing because it's like, people need to know that how to sew these pants. You get the fabric and you cut it up and you start sewing. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. You know? And like, okay, you're an accountant, you find the passion, you go hard. And you're like, okay, but like, how the fuck,
IFRS, baby.
So like, I'm like, I'll explain everything. Just so there's like a beacon of hope
100%.
That you can do it as well.
100%.
Because I always wanted that. I had to go through the grind to figure it out.
100%.
And I'm just like, I'll just give the sauce. Like, fuck it. You could probably be a better designer than me. I don't care.
Yeah, 100%. But that's it, right?
But in the art world, people like protect their thing. Yeah. Like, dude, the way I get this camera angle, I can't tell you because like that's what I'm known for. And you're like, fuck off. Or you could tell that person they're gonna do a cooler one, and since you told them, they'll tell you, and now everyone's sauce is growing.
Yeah, and that inspiration, right? You'll get on a pod. And it'll say something as similar as like, someone will ask the question, what's your inspiration? And you're like, oh, there's this guy named Cho. And everyone's like, oh, who's Cho? It was the same thing with, do you know Hassan Minhaj, the comedian?
Maybe.
Hassan Minhaj.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if I say it the white way. The white way, I don't know.
The slow way, I'm like, bro, I don't know.
I was trying to get the authenticity. He just had his own special, or it's like a second or third special on Netflix. And he was talking on a podcast about how he cares so much about set design, art, color, lighting, and he gains inspiration from James Turrell. And no one knows who James Turrell is on average, unless, again, you're in this world. Yet James Turrell supposedly inspired Hotline Bling. And now, as a curious person, I'm like, oh, who's James Turrell? Oh, I got to read up on James Turrell. Oh, I got to learn about James Turrell. I wouldn't have known about him before. But it's because these people were inspired about it and paid on.
And they talk about it.
Yeah.
Rather than
100%.
It's all my fucking flow, bro. I'm a G. It's everything I came up from the dome. It's like, no, not a chance. Yeah. Everyone gets inspiration from everything. And, you should let people know that.
100.
Because you'll go to James Turrell and see exactly what he saw. But then take it your way.
A different way. 100. 100%. Yeah. And that's art, that's hip hop culture, right? It's all the remix. But talk to me about the journey from accounting to design. How did that start? How did you get to a point where you felt confident enough to push that aside, push accounting aside, and just start pursuing design full time? Because today it's obvious.
Yeah.
People meet you and they're like, wait, you're an accountant?
Yeah.
Accountants say, let's go.
Let's fucking go. It was fucking, like, I never thought it could be for real. And so I'm doing small, mini collections.
And is this on the side while you're...
On the side while I'm an accountant. And then, like, when I started making bags from scratch, because I was like, I just want to make something from the ground up, because I just think that's way harder. Now I'm getting into the craft. And, like, I'm still an accountant. Now I'm making custom bags for people because I'm like, okay, like, I don't know if I'm cold enough to, like, make my own designed bags.
Sure.
So I'll make what you want. Cool. You're like, oh, I really want a red bag that says my name on it. Something like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Got one. You want a green bag that says your name. Cool. Got two.
Classic green bag.
So I'm built. That's how I was building people, like, to rock with me. I was like, I'm making custom. What the fuck you want? So like, it wasn't that great for me to be like, you're fire on your own. It's like, I'm literally servicing people.
Sure.
So I'd be booked out for like 2-3 months. And like still, like, every single day, I come home from work, sewing, work. And then, like, it started to cross over a bit of, like, passion, like, actually pretty quickly, where it's like, on my lunch break, I have an hour lunch break, I'm going to go finish this bag and ship it out. No way. An hour and a half, I'm late. Fuck. Get back, you know, now I'm like staying up till 4 a.m. I got to work at 8, you know, it's like every day. And then I'm like, my career is getting in the way of my sewing passion. And it was like, but my career is my money. So, like, I was making these bags for like $60. Because at the time, I'm like, I'm not a designer. I just sew stuff. And so I wasn't making a bunch of money from that, but I was getting people rocking with me, and I was getting better at the craft. And I'm getting the nods of acknowledgement from, like, designers out here and Nick Cannon and shit like that. And, like, it's just those moments are, like, groundbreaking for you to be like, this could be real. Oh, I've been booked out for 3 months for, like, a half a year. And what the hell? You know? So it's just like, oh, maybe I should do this. But reality, you know? It's like, I'm not making a lot of money from this. So, like, how to do it? So when I came out to LA, I met a bunch of people, and I'm like, okay, I gotta move to LA. I gotta not have a job either, because, like, we're here right now at, you know, whatever time you have obligations with a job.
Sure.
So I was like, I need to be free from everything. So what I did was I went back to Milwaukee. At that time, I was paying like $2,500 in student loans a month. I had my rent like $1,500. This is in Milwaukee, so that's
where you grew up.
Kind of. I'm from like around there, but that's where I was at for like 8 years.
Cool.
Had my car. You know, just paying like $4,500 a month just to be normal. And I'm like, okay, well, I have friends that don't pay student loans. I guess that's not the best idea, but I've been going hard with student loans for fucking 4 years, and I still got 80 racks to pay off. It's going to take me 8 years in the accounting world. So I was like, let me just not pay my student loans for the first time ever. Yeah, it might accumulate interest, but when I get my shit popping, I could just pay it off in one. Boom. And then let me move out the crib. Let me sell the car. Let me sell the kicks. Let me just live on fucking, like, basically nothing and see if I can make it happen. So I brought my expenses down from like $4,500 a month to like $400. So I got like a little studio like this and was just trapping it out. Not even a crib. I was staying at a friend's house, but I got a work studio. I was paying like $100 a month. I'm making like, I was like, if I make a bag every day and I make like $60, $80, $100, cool. We're moving in the right direction.
Sure.
But still, I have this like student debt thing looming because I'm like, I was sweating it for the longest. But I was like, whatever, don't even worry about that right now. So, and I was like 25 at the time, 26 almost. And so I brought my like living expenses down to like fucking nothing, as low as possible. I'm sleeping on the goddamn floor. Like, I did not care about my quality of life at all. Like, that's the difficulty of it. Find your passion, go hard. Yeah, but fucking how? Because you have all these responsibilities in life. Well, do you need them? Do you need the the loft crib? Do you need the nice car? Like, I guess not, but it's nice to have. Yeah. But it's like, these things are like kind of holding you back in what you can do if you're tight on money. So I get rid of everything. I'm living fucking on zero, bro. Like, tough. But I didn't care. I was loving it.
You got to do it.
Yeah. I wake up every day. I can just start sewing. So I lived in Milwaukee for 2 months just doing that, just to get like a little bit of bread. I had like $800 or like a G, and then I moved out here with some friends.
Cool.
And on a sublease, I'm in Chinatown. I'm sleeping on a goddamn beanbag for like 8 months, not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, I wake up, sew my ass off. I barely left the crib. I left the crib to like go buy like stuff from the fashion district. People are like, oh, you moved to LA, let's go. And it's like, yeah, but like I gotta sew and I gotta work. Sewing is like a long ass process. So I would just be all day, every single day, go to bed 4 a.m. on the beanbag, wake up 7 a.m., go ham. You know, it's like, so those are the things people don't talk about because they're like, shit, man, I just got it like that. Or like everything's worked out, you know, but like there was tough times, you know? So like that's what I think deserves to be spoken about. So that was difficult, but like that was how I transitioned from corporate world to design. And like I equate it to like basketball. Like if you want to get a really cold jumper, you want to be like lights out Steph Curry, you're just not gonna be unless you're like in the gym every day, like insane amount of work. So like I just equated that mentality to sewing. I'm not gonna be like these guys' levels because I don't got the money right now. 2, I don't got the community that's rocking with me already. Like if I was like a poppin' DJ and switch something, it's like you already have this community that fucks with you. So I was like, I just gotta get really good at sewing. That's what I said. Everything else will work out. But I didn't know what the workout was. I was like, shit's just gonna pop off somehow, some way. I don't really know. So I just got really good at that craft. And like within any of these crafts, there's like a smaller craft. So design, there's sewing, you know, there's sketching, you know, in photography, there's like lighting. There's, you know, these things that's like, you can get really, really deep into one of those niches within the umbrella, and that will get you somewhere. That's what I figured. It's like, I want to be a designer. So it's like, okay, I need to get all this. I need to get the right fabrics. I need to get the artwork. It's like, I can't, I'm not good at these things already. I already know. What I have right now in my wheelhouse is this sewing machine. So I should get really good at sewing. So it's like with the lighting example, it's like, I can ill with the lights, you know? So let me just go hard at lighting and offer my lighting skills to other people. And now it's like, we need that guy. He's fucking cold with the lighting. And that's how I gradually grew my business in here in LA. Great. I'd go to every set I was invited to, just from like, I'd DMing a stylist, random stylist on Instagram. Yo, you gotta hype yourself up because they don't know you. Yo, I'm cold with it. I'm gonna make you something for free. Just you don't gotta do nothing. You don't gotta post me nothing. Just fuck with me.
Just want to show you. Just want to show you what I can do.
And then I was doing that all the time. Hella free shit, making no money. And I had old projects from Milwaukee. I was making a little bit of money. And so like then their friends would see it. Now I can get money from them. And they're like, now the stylist is like, yo, we got this like Gunna music video, free Gunna. We got this Gunna music video. We need you to pull up at it and bring some cool shit. Tight. You know, I was working a 9 to 5 3 months ago. Let's go. And then I go there, I meet the photographer. Same thing, the photographer. Yo, bro, fuck with me. I got this bag right here. I made it out of like backwoods things. Like, here, take it. Just fuck with me. You don't gotta pay me nothing. Yo, Cho, we got this crazy thing. I'm doing like an all first set. I was wondering if you can make this first thing. Boom. No money, free. Go to the set, new set. Meet the new stylist. Now you're just meeting people off the craft, no money.
And it's what we were talking about, foundation. Right?
Foundation.
Just foundation.
That's what people don't want to do either. People like, it's funny. In the art world, especially in like design and stuff, it's like people have that mentality. And it makes sense to a degree. Oh, I ain't moving nothing unless I get my money first. All right.
Well, then nothing's for free.
It's like, all right, I'll do the job for free.
Yeah.
I'll do this one. 3 weeks later, you're like, dog, how you getting all this shit? Well,
I did look one. Yeah.
You got to take some what you would call L's, but then you gain the relationships and you get more shit from it later. It's not about the immediate dollar now.
Amortizing that relationship.
Amortize that relationship. So that's what I always would be like, even to people like I'd meet like a rapper or something, and I'd say, yo, I'll make you anything you want, you know? And then like, it doesn't even make sense for me to make it and be like, all right, it's $300. You were the one that said, I'll make you something.
Yeah.
So I would be like, and then when other rappers would hit me up, I wouldn't even tax out the wazoo. I would just be like, sure, just pay me like whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to make my money from you. I want to make it from other people that will see it. Because you're fucking with me early on. So like just that mentality, offering the craft just to make some shit happen. Like I didn't have no community.
Yeah.
I didn't have like popping friends. Like I'm just like trying to make it happen.
Well, now you have me.
Now I got you. How are the creators? We are the creators.
What?
What's the name?
Oh, Meet the Creators.
Meet the Creators.
Oh, shout out to Meet the Creators.
Shout out to Meet the Creators. So that's
Well, here, I know we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago when I came to your studio. I've seen this in a bunch of interviews that you did around like a year or so ago. Talk to me about the importance of your brother in your life, man. Because that comes up all the time. I didn't know this before we spoke a couple of weeks ago, and then I was doing research. I was like, shit, this is one of the things that keeps coming out, and it's so cool to see.
Yeah.
I don't think so often you live with your family, you grow up with your family, so you're like, I appreciate you, I guess. But only when you look back. But it's so front and center for you. What does he mean to you?
So yeah, my older brother, Peder Cho, goddamn legend. He was on my ass to do what I'm doing now as an accountant.
No way.
Bro, because you get intimidated in doing new stuff. You're like, I already want to be near the finish line.
Sure.
I already want to have shit jumping. That's what everyone falls into when they do something new. I already want to be on Spotify.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, there's so many steps in between. Let me just stay where I'm comfortable. And so he's like, sell one shirt. You don't even have to make money from it. Just boom, one.
Yeah.
Boom, one. Now you sold two. Now you sold three. Now you sold four. So he's just like on my ass, hit me up every week. Are you going to start? We're going to do it? We're going to do it? And then I was like, fuck it, I need to do it. Because I don't want to let him down. Because I saw he was an entrepreneur. He went to school for like psychology, and then he had like a tech company. Sold it for like,
damn,
hella bread. And so like, I'm just seeing his lifestyle, entrepreneur, and I wanted to be that for myself. I'm sitting there as an accountant. My family's like, hey, we coming back for Thanksgiving? We want to do this on Wednesday. And I'm like, oh, I got to ask my boss if I can get off of work. Just sad. Just a sad reality. Well, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the 9-to-5 hustle for sure.
For sure.
I'm not shitting on it. But I just wanted to be like, I had the freedom of like, what my brother had of like, yeah, we'll come back Wednesday. Actually, we'll come back Tuesday. We're about to go to like Italy right now. It's like, damn. It's not even like to flex or like, because he had to work his ass off. So it's like, I just wanted that freedom. So I'm starting to do that and everything. And like, he's just helping me with the mindset, the mentality of like being your own boss, of like, you have to say yes to everything and you have to start saying no to some things. He would check in with me all the time to be like, okay, how's this going? And he was like, you're going to look back at these moments of you sewing your ass off 20 hours a day. And you'd be like, how was I doing that? Because you put the foundation in and then you have to start working on other things. It's like right now, like I do projects with like, let's say like Nike. I have to like sketch. And it's like, I have to like go to meetings. It's like, I used to just sit in the fucking studio and sew all day. Yeah. And now I look back on those times, I'm like, damn, how the fuck was I doing that? Because what I'm doing now is like valuable too. For sure. But it's in a different light. So just talking with my brother about that. And then as I told you a couple of weeks ago, he was like my main motivation and was always saying like, there's like these 3 things that will happen in your entrepreneur endeavors that you need. Which is like, you need to find what you're passionate about. Yeah. You need to go insanely hard at, like almost to like an unhealthy level. Like I said, I had no work-life balance, solely work. Like, how you doing this? Well, I don't go out ever. I don't go out to eat. I never kick it. I never watch a goddamn movie. I don't do shit but this. So that's how I'm doing it. Yeah. Unhealthy level. And then the third thing is that sprinkle of luck that no one talks about. Yeah. We just say, find your passion and go hard. But then there's this sprinkle of luck. Like I get the Nick Cannon thing. Yeah. It's no money, but it's mental. I meet this guy. It's like these things of luck where you meet this guy and he's like, yo, that's my best friend. He's got a crazy project and he needs you. And it's like, oh, I wasn't even going to come today. This is like moments, synergies, synchronicities. And so then, but as was funny about the world of like Murphy's Law or like when like Good Karma or something, I started doing the TikToks. I started getting big brand shit, getting bigger money. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to pay these student loans off. I'm close now to just do it in one full sweep. Boom, baby. Come on. And then my brother goes, he literally sold his company like a month before this. And I had bread to almost pay it off, but not really. I was close kind of. And he's like, I'm going to sprinkle the luck for you. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, this happened to me when I went to Canada. I'm talking from my brother's perspective. Yeah. I'm trying to build this company from the ground up, but I'm paying so much student loans. He's like, my wife's dad just paid off my student loans and said, just pay me when you can later. And these are like privileged moments for sure, but it's like you corner yourself in these things to get it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. That's my brother. That's family though. So he was like, but you have to do it for yourself. He would not offer what I'm about to say if I wasn't doing nothing. 100%. So he's like, I'm just going to pay your student loans off so you don't have to worry about that at all right now. Just focus on the craft, focus on building your business, pay me later. And I was like, God damn. But that opened up everything. I don't have to, I'm doing big brand shit, but I'm also doing these bags for like $150. So I was like, let me just focus on the big shit. And then my shit, my personal utopia stuff. Yeah. And let's try to build like a real brand instead of having to sweat my dick off over like a couple $100 for some little shits. And my client is like, I thought we were going to do red here. It's like, man, fuck off. But okay, thank you. Yes, I agree. So he's like, let me just sprinkle this luck into you. But like I said, yes, that's a privileged moment, but he didn't offer that to any of my other siblings. So, because he's like, you're doing this entrepreneurial grind. I was there, and you're killing it, and you're doing big shit. Yeah. Let me just try to alleviate something for you. Interesting. If I was just an accountant, he wouldn't have said anything. For sure. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
But that's funny because at the same time of me blowing my shit up, getting more money, and like getting brand deals, I'm like, oh, I'm about to be able to do it. And then he come in and at the same time, he sells his company for like $100 million damn near. And then he's like, boom.
Well, it's crazy.
He didn't have to do that. But it's just like that extra
Well, you know what it is, man? It's like what we were talking about before where you see where you want to get to. People aren't recognizing you. So you're like, you know what? Fine. They'll recognize me one day. Like, I'm just going to do my thing. And it's funny how when you do your thing, then everyone else is like, hey, you know what? All right, fine. Like, I see the momentum. Or for some reason, it always works out when you don't focus on that one thing that probably doesn't mean that much to you. Yeah. And so that's wild.
Yeah.
How both of those things happened at the same time. And so now you get to work on these big projects, working on your own line. Dude, what do you want to be known for in 5, 10, 15 years? Is it your own line? Is it interesting collabs? Do you want to keep the brand do you want to build different? I know it's a big question.
Yeah, there's a lot to that.
But give it to me in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Meet the creator soundbite, take one. There's plenty of things because you're just doing shit. So like, I want to be like global. Okay. I want to have my brand in like big ass stores like Dover Street Market, if you will. Yeah. These high-end designer ones. But then also I want to be doing crazy fashion shows. But then also like since I do like random art stuff like couches and installations, I want to do like a little gallery, have like a traveling gallery type of thing, like a Murakami, also with like a crazy pop-in fashion brand.
Yeah,
same time.
Interesting.
Yeah,
cool.
That's what I ultimately want.
It's wild to think, man. It's like you've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, and it's crazy to see where you're at right now.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
And then you say, okay, imagine now you've gone through the hardship, you've built your foundation, you've built the respect, the community, all that good stuff. Now you're adding people to your team. You're pushing off the things you don't want to deal with so you can focus more on what you can. We talked compounding at the beginning, man. Imagine the next 5 years. Holy shit. Like what this October 15th, 2022. Imagine I hit you with a text, October 15th, 2027. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to talk to like 5 assistants before I can actually say what's up.
Dog, it's nuts.
It is crazy.
It's crazy. It's the same amount of time I'm doing this as I was an accountant. And how much did I move up in that job?
In world, yeah, man. The difference.
None.
Crazy.
When you can control your own
destiny, man.
Destiny, it's like there literally is no ceiling.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like,
well, that's what a lot of creators talk about on socials is there is no ceiling to you on social. Like you can put out as many videos, photos, voiceovers, whatever as you want. And it's up until like your own personal desire and your own personal mental and mentality.
Yeah.
You can go as hard as you want. You continue to go as hard as you want.
That's like that's the push and pull
for sure
of entrepreneur life and corporate life. But in that middle ground is like a salesman working 100% commission.
Yeah, interesting.
Where it's like, fuck, this sucks. Because like early on you don't get sales and you're like, shit, not working out. But then there is no ceiling at the same time.
100%.
With corporate life, it's like I come out the gate, I already get 40, 50, 60 yearly.
Yeah.
Annually. So I can be content with that.
For sure.
And for me to make 60 grand a year as an accountant, to jump up to like 65, it's like I have to like do this for like 3 years and then you get the bump up. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, that's not
in the entrepreneur life, you can
100.
make 10,
100,
and then go to 50 in like 3 months.
100.
It's not that easy, but like
if you put in the work,
you
and
can.
There's talent that meets like passion,
and then like a couple years later, now you're like 100. You know,
well, man, as we were talking about before, you're like, man, I got to start turning down deals. I got to start turning up the price a little bit as like a filtering mechanism because there's so many people.
As a filtering mechanism.
But that's crazy, and that's what people don't understand is that in the talent space, it's not the talent that's like, I really want to charge you $50K for this thing. I have to charge you $50K because otherwise I can't accept all these deals. Like it has to get like supply and demand. You have to
that's what it is for me because I just want to knock them all down and just gain relationship. I'm more relationship than money. Where it's like, boom, all these brands fucking with me. And then I'm like, I got to like start saying no to things, not because, and that goes against what I always came up doing because I'm like, I'll just do everything, even for the low ski.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I got to start saying no to things because bigger shit is happening and I got to be available and stuff like that.
Wild. Well, here we're an hour into it. I'm going to end off with 5 questions. Little soft 5 questions. First question is, I feel like I know this answer. Where are you your most creative?
With you. No.
This is like Love Island. WTF Media Studio.
Right here. Where am I most creative? Like physically?
Yeah, like what's the environment? For me, it's walking.
Yeah, it's in the morning in the studio.
Cool.
Right when I sit down, I have so much energy and I'm ready to go crazy. Or at like 3 in the morning when I just finished a project and I'm like, I'm hyped because I just finished something that took me all day. Now, let's go the extra mile.
We're just going to start hitting you at 3 a.m. Cho, you up?
I'll be up. I'll be up.
You up?
I was up last night till like 4 or 5.
All right. Well, that nuts. So that's question 1. Question 2. I don't know if this will apply, but if not, I have a different question. What's the book that's been the most impactful in your life?
Oh, damn.
Because I know you've just been sewing your whole life and you haven't done anything else.
I don't really read.
Okay, here, tell me this. What's the music album? Or who's the artist?
Album?
Album, or who's the artist? Who's the artist that you either connect with the most, or who's the person that you feel impacted you the most?
Damn. For a hip-hop fan that's in art, there kind of is only one answer. It's the GOAT.
You gotta say it.
Okay, besides Kanye, because obviously musically,
yeah, you separate the human from the
do the whole thing. Like, what do you say? What does he say? What's the bar? He says, do the hook, lay the track, the whole trinity. Do the whole thing. And then he has all these other outlets of art, which is crazy. Yeah. And he does them all at such a high level. And he's not afraid, even the person, bro, he's not afraid to say shit that's going on, what he wants to do.
Definitely.
And I respect that a lot. Even if you agree or disagree. Like, people like, it's like the Michael Jordan versus LeBron thing, where it's like, Michael Jordan never talks about shit. And so, like, but like, we like his stuff, but like, LeBron has this bigger impact because he'll talk about shit. So I appreciate that as well, because we only listen to you because you're good at basketball. Yeah. We only listen to you because you're good at your music, but you have so much more to offer and stuff like that. So I appreciate outspoken people a lot too. Cool. People with personality. Yeah. If you're just behind the veil, curtain, the veil, it's like, there's no connection. Even if I disagree with you, it's just like, now I can see who you are and stuff like that. So
yeah, I like that. Well, we're going to cancel you after this.
I don't care. Fuck it.
I'm still going to sew. Okay, question 3. If you were to give a TED Talk, what would it be on?
If I were to do a TED Talk, it would be on discovering any passion within you and you being able to switch up your life at any point in your life.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because like, as you get older, you get more responsibilities, you become less likely to switch up your life because you're like, I have all this shit going on. But it's like, it's just to start. People have the idea to do it. A lot of people have the idea to do it. Not that many people start doing it. Start doing it. Not that many people go deep in it. Yeah. Now you go from like 80% to like 50% to like 10% of people that actually like go hard in something.
With that, all right, we'll set it up. We'll get to that TED Talk. Last 2 questions. And usually
I want to be on like the real TED Talk, none of these side.
Yeah,
TED
not the TEDx. No X. Okay, last 2 questions, and I'm going to put it more towards like design and artists then, because usually I ask creators, but who is a designer or who's an artist that you feel is underrated that you know? Because I usually ask creator, but I know you're more so in that design artistic world.
Do they have to be like well-known?
No. Yeah, I think Kid Super is underrated.
To a degree.
That's fair.
Because he's got big shit popping. He already doing LVMH prizes and shit.
Yeah, you're wearing his clothes, so that must be
But I guess to like the global world of like people, because people in the art world and people that are into it know, but not the globe.
Okay.
Damn, that's tough for me.
Okay, that's here. Last question, which is maybe even tougher. The last question: who's an artist that you would invest in today? Someone that's within your circle, similar to what your brother did with you. Like, who's someone that you see that you're like, oh, I don't want to invest in that person. He's like, shit, I just sit inside and sew all day. I don't know anyone else.
I don't know what's going on.
Who've you met recently? Has there been? And if there isn't, it's all good.
Damn. In my world, there's not many people that do what I do.
Cool.
/ what we do. It's like, there's hella designers, but there's not that many people that get busy behind the sewing machine. That's what impresses me the most.
Okay.
I will say there's my friend, Jared Olson, Billy's legend. He gets busy behind the sewing machine, and I like his style, and we talk all the time. But like I said, there's not that many designers behind the fucking machine going hard. Not that you have to.
Yeah.
But
that's what you were saying.
That's what I come from. So I'm like, who else got it?
Yeah.
When other brands are like, who else could help with this? I'm like, shit, I know like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, max.
That aren't hobbyists either.
Gotcha.
That are like really doing their own thing. Selling stuff. So it's like, it's a really small world in my niche.
Yeah, man.
So
you're just.
I rock with him though.
Yeah, man. You're just king of the castle.
I'm not no king of the castle.
Well, man, it has been. I'm so glad we actually got to do this. Again, I like this as like a timestamp. It's cool. In a year or 2 years, when you have your New York Fashion Week show, I'm just gonna bring a loudspeaker and just blast this interview.
Blast this audio.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with that.
Let's go.
But this is your first in-person one?
First in-person one.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
This is the first in-person Meet the Creators with Danny.
Dude. This is called creator culture.
Bro.
I thought you were talking about the parties that I throw. Okay, give me one creator culture. Give me one creator culture soundbite and we'll end it.
All right, y'all just tuned in to Creator Culture. We went crazy. We're in LA with it. Danny, Cho, Utopia, the whole cast, the whole crew, the lights, shout out. This couch is fire. You're fire. We're about to go ham all year, baby. Let's get it. 2022 almost over. 23 up next. Jordan year, baby. Come on.